What's going on, guys? It's Keith Pryor, and today's video is the top 10 reasons I believe poor people remain poor. Stay tuned. Number one, following trends. The reason why following trends is so dangerous and to the benefit of your financial well-being is for one reason and one reason alone. Trends never end. I promise you, the moment you think you're up on something, it has been moved and long gone, so you're always going to be chasing the Joneses or chasing the new Jordans or a new outfit, whatever the case may be. Following trends will leave you financially devastated. That is the absolute must. Create your own lane and you become your own trend. Number two, this is an easy one. TVs, video games, and social media. One thing that baffles me beyond all imagine is why are we so wrapped around watching someone else live their life instead of living our own. I have no idea why we are so captivated by that, but that is an absolute no-no if you think about becoming anything of value in your life. You have to remove the need to watch other people's reality and other people's live their life, whether it be on TV or reality shows or whether it be on YouTube. You have to be able to know how to cut ties. And of course, video games. Now, by all means, if you are streaming or if you are on Twitch and you're making money playing video games, by all means, make your money. But if you're using video games as a reliever or stress or your peace, I completely understand. But the problem comes when video games become your life and you're not making money from it. Now it's a crutch and it's holding you back from reaching your success. Number three, work harder and not smarter. Now, we all know that the saying is to work smarter and not harder. But most people typically go into work, clock in, work their 9 to 5, go home, and they forget about everything else. Folks, we have to find something that's going to be beneficial to your financial gain. You have to find something that's going to do different, whether it be you learning something, reading, building up your brain, or learning a trade. You cannot sit here and work harder and not smarter. Find something to be able to use your brain to make more dollars than just using your physical labor and your physical time. Of course, number four. Now listen, guys. We all know that you are who you hang around. If you are the smartest person in the room, I'm sorry to tell you, you're in the wrong room. You have to be around people who are more elevated than you. You have to be around people who have the same vision and same dream as you. And this may sound so chaotic. Keith, why would you ever say this? Some of your family members, they gotta go. I know this is so hard to believe, but some of your family members are extremely toxic. You go in there and tell them great news and all they want to do is beat your killjoy. You have to learn how to cut ties, see them at the family reunion, at the cookout, and say bye, bye, bye. Because you cannot allow someone that's going to be negative be a detriment in your life. You are what you hang around. Change your friends. Elevate your friends. I promise you, you will never see the CEO of the company hanging out and best friend the person working the front line. You are what you hang around, what you work around. So if you want to elevate, change your friends. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Now, number five. Now, this is one of the things I have a terrible problem working with. Is I see something in the store or a new camera gear, whatever comes out, I gotta have it. And I literally will cultivate this massive story in my mind of how I have to have this, and when I get this, my life will be impacted this way. Well, I could wait another month and get it then, but I gotta have it right now. And then guess what happens? I buy it, I don't use it, it sits in the closet, I don't wear it, it sits there and then I outgrow it, or I don't want it anymore. Folks, we make massive decisions off of impulse. One of the reasons why poor people always make impulsive decisions is because they don't think long term. They think, how will this affect me right now? And then find any way to justify the bad decision that they know they're making and find a way to cope with it. Folks, you have to know how to break this. You have to know how to set goals. If you actually want that new camera, let it sit there for you. Go back the next week and see if you still want it as bad as you wanted the first time you saw it. Those new clothes, does it really matter? Are you really going to feel that much better about yourself? Or are you going to forget that you bought it and let it sit in the closet for a year and then realize you can't fit it, so you give it away and you just literally threw money away? Folks, stop making impulsive decisions, whether you're buying or anything else. Be patient. Take a deep breath and then things correct. Obstacles versus opportunity. Now, when thinking about why most people become successful, it has to be because someone gave them or gave them a silver spoon. No, it's the way we look at things. You know the old saying, some people look at the cup half empty versus some look at the cup half full. Well, it's kind of the same thing, but look at things as obstacles versus opportunities. Remember that everything we go through life is a lesson behind it. Whether we good, bad, or indifferent, there's a lesson. Now it's up to you to decipher what the lesson is. And when you find a lesson, you don't forget about it. You take the lesson, you put it in your back pocket. Because you never know when you need to pull the lesson out. Some of the reasons why we go to some things in life is simply because we're not paying attention to our lesson that we're learning. We're going through life and we continue to make the same exact mistakes because we're never learning from what we're going through. When you have these brick walls, these trials, these tribulations, they come up, it's an opportunity to look at it from a different angle. Because looking at things as an opportunity versus an obstacle will have you push through and press more. It will have you find different avenues. It will make your creative side think more, do more, instead of throwing in the towel and giving up. So when things happen, they're not obstacles. They're nothing more than opportunity. Let's get it. All right, number 7, talk about some money. Not paying yourself. We pay the rent, man. We pay the water bill, man. The electric, the phone bill, man. Every single month, but we never pay ourselves. Every month we make the rent man more money, the electric up more money, the phone bill, the water man more money. Every single one, we're paying everyone else's bills and padding their pocket. And then we go to look at our own personal bank and it's on zero. So I'm going to challenge you. For every dollar you make, 10 cents go to your own personal bank. I don't care if it throws off all your other bills. Before you pay anyone ever again, you pay yourself. Because what it's going to do is going to force you in a bind to do more, to work smarter and not harder, to find a way out of the situation, to make sure that everything is taken care of in life. But first and foremost, you have to take care of you. I promise you, you have to take care of yourself. Life happens. I think it was a statistic that they said last week on Facebook that right now, over 70% of Americans cannot survive a $1,000 emergency bill. Whatever it may be, we don't have enough money to pay the emergency phone bill. That's terrible. That's terrible. Folks, quit waiting for someone else to come and save your life. Save yourself. So learn how to pay yourself properly. So 10% for every dollar you make goes into your own personal bank. Number 8, not having any or very little financial literacy. Now you may say, Keith, what are you talking about? Well, folks, if you were anything like my family growing up, we never talked about money, about credit cards, about how we're gonna pay the mortgage, and it was never talked about. Never. I don't know if it was a bad curse, a bad voodoo side to talk about it, but we never talked about it. Folks, we have to talk about it, and we have to talk about it with our kids and our children, niece and nephew, as soon as possible. We have to become more financial literate. We cannot complain and get upset that our past generation, our parents, did not teach us and give us this information. Folks, even though someone does not give you the information, does not mean you should not go search for it. We have to understand that becoming financial literate can change our lives. Folks, one of the worst things ever is having a dream, having a vision, and then have no way to bring it to reality. Period. Having a dream, have a vision, and have no way of bringing it to reality. Sometimes you have to invest in yourself. There isn't someone out there that always wants to invest in your dream and your belief. Sometimes you have to do the ugly work. Sometimes you have to find a way out of no way to make sure that you are living behind a great legacy. So becoming more financially literate, learn how to actually benefit from using credit cards, how you benefit from being able to use life insurance and how that helps you over time. Folks, come on now. We have to become financial literate. We cannot blame everyone else. Take responsibility and accountability. Number 9, not investing in yourself. I am not talking about Acorns. I am not talking about Robinhood. I am not talking about cryptocurrency. That is not what I'm talking about. Investing in yourself as far as your own education and your own self-development, whether it be you learning a trade, you learning a special skill, you going to get a degree. Folks, yes, we do not have to have a 4-year educational degree from a major university as we did in the yesteryear. We do not have to do that. But I am going to say this, folks, we were lied to. We were lied to from the beginning. We went to high school and we were told, get good grades. You get good grades so you get into a great college. You get into a great college, get a good degree so you get a good job. You get a good job, make sure the job has great benefits. Wait a minute, so you telling me I gotta work for 45 years to retire at 65, and the national average of people who retire is only 13 years of life. That's average. So I gotta work 45 years, retire at 65, to die at 78. Talk about red flag, foul on the plate. That does not make any sense. But folks, this is what we have been lied to. If you're going to go to school, do not go to school to get degrees. It's only going to pay you $30,000, and then you graduate with $30,000 in debt. That makes bad business sense. That's not a good investment. Folks, if you're going to go to school, make sure that the degree is going to be lined up with how much you got to pay for it. So if a school is $30,000, you need to graduate with a degree that pays you $120,000. Now you may say, but maybe I don't want to do that. That doesn't make any sense. You're right. The world doesn't make any sense. And guess what? The world also isn't fair. I was told once from my grandfather at 7 years old that we do what we have to do what we want to. Now think about it. Do you want to actually work 45 years, retire at 65? Or do you want to actually live the lifestyle that you have always dreamed of? Folks, I promise you one thing. You can go to school and get the degree that you're going to love and help the community, help the world, help the environment. It feels really good and it sounds good on paper until you realize that your bills are due. There's $30,000 school loan you took out, that's due. Oh, food, that's due as well. And then you realize you're living paycheck to paycheck, but you have a degree, but you're not making any advances in life. You're now paycheck to paycheck and you're still poor. So folks, I understand it, but if you take the mindset of building yourself up so much that when you want to go out there and you can help the world, help the community, but home is taken care of. Because we're going to do what we have to now to do what we want to, which is things that make you happy. So never go to school and get a degree to things that make you happy, unless it makes you a lot of moolah. Number 10, being lazy. Do I really need to say anything else? Peer point blank. Folks, we all have the exact 24 hours. What are you doing with yours? It's not your mama's fault, it's your daddy's fault, it's no one else's fault why you are not where you're in your life. It's simply your fault. Take accountability. Stop being lazy. Do what others are not willing to do. This poster right here says 97% of people who quit are employed, while the 3% who do. Which category you can be in? Thank you. Hey, listen guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe down below, and if you like this type of content, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys. I'll be posting 2 times a week, every Tuesday and every Friday. Stay tuned and please share the video. See you guys.